ourselves, say, that 31st was the day we were voting. 31st January, no?
Ebushafo mamunyi na akwaba eba Ghana Asem TV GH. Pacho mesere mo like, comment, subscribe. Then your notification also so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, you'll be notified. Ebushafo yeko NSM anyway.
Agya Koo, Ghanaian, say, or a movie star na, or a Ghanaian actor. Is he also a comedian? Because we say most of the movies, no, as a comedy crowd, and maybe comedian, stroke actor. Now, Agya Koo is one of the popular names. And we love him. We're a comic actor, right? President Efia Schwarzenegger is in the house, man. Presido Akwaba, long time. President Queen Efia Schwarzenegger is here. What a privilege! Thanks for joining, Presido. And Agya Koo is a comic relief, a comic actor. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Presido. Thank you. Now, Agya Koo has had an interview with Lawson TV. When him say, when somebody is bent on doing evil, most of the time, on the third pattern, they are not able to think well. Proven even medically. Once adrenaline starts kicking in, there are some things that you will not even think about before even taking action. And when God wants to make a fool out of you, he will cause you yourself to use your mouth. You use your own mouth to destroy your own self. And you understand what I'm saying about Agya Koo. Agya Koo anka, oyobia, no one has an issue with. Loved by even people who are in NDC. We grew up loving Agya Koo. We grew up watching the movies. You are part of the New Patriotic Party. Something did not go right 2024. Security saying, and we lost an election. We are all reorganizing. Now, some reorganization, mono, it was required, say, let's go and vote for a flag bearer. Okay? Who decided, say, you are not going to support Otamwamudu Bawumia? Nobody had an issue with you because a free world, a democratic world, if we didn't want contester, Anka would open nomination for people to even pick forms to become flag bearer. But a free world, a democratic world, and we allowed everybody to pick, provided you have the money in Kwandia, pick nomination and go and campaign. You said you campaign for Honorable Kennedy Ohine Japan. After everything, Honorable Kennedy Japan loses. After the loss, no, then you, Agya Koo, together with some people, go ahead, say you are creating a new movement to say political party. And then you see the base. Now, people think, say, this is the base agenda, no? It started after they lost. It did not start after they lost. And that is what I'm here to prove to you, that these people, they are bitter people and they are evil and devilish people. Devilish people. And whatever thing they are going, they have gone, say, people who follow them must even be scared of them. You must be scared of them. You see, Agya Koo gave himself out in the interviewer or according to Lawson TV. And I want you to listen carefully to what Agya Koo himself said with his own mouth. Then you understand where I am coming from. And I'm going to take you back to 2024. Some of the things that happened that caused this MPP's defeat. And you now understand why, sorry, and let me say, let's not blame ourselves too much for that defeat. You now come to understand it.
Companies Act, 2019 Act 992, and that the liability of its members is limited by guarantee.
Yes.
Given under my hand and official seal at Sunyani, this 31st day of March 2020. The more results, Sunyani.
None of will be said.
How did ya?
No much in try and
I don't worry, those.
No much in try and then.
How? Registrar General Department. So why do we do
you are able to open up a company where now who can register no
e krobi to aso sunyaso ye Ghana
registration form.
Yeah, form no.
Membership registration form.
Yeah.
I would say that you camera no capture. Now one say
oh fine.
I see.
The base Ghana first.
Okay.
And you remember my time year being certificate of incorporation.
31st day of January 2026.
2026. 31st day of January.
Mamini Agya Koo you say more court. I feel chair and court to the jam court.
The entire court no say. Yeah, wo ha ya tie sidwom. Ye di kan ko kejetia. Say ye hwe say ye form so ye de kokra Ghana for be dia tum. Kwame, don hwere ba ko ne fa na 3,000 copies the forms you register nipa ma a short year yenye bi na yes Ghana for ni yedi ni ye ene ye nkotra nkran so nhwe don hwere mienu ene fa ni ya register nipa empim num 5,000 members ene yes sa na tie dia ene na esese ye tre yakwabam na ye ko regions ni nyina ho na epusu nipa bi no mo ye se da bi ene ye wodan edan ya ye wo no yemfa saa dan ne meto so say your office na ba saa we no no ye beka wo mahye anaja omo han nkrofo no mo ko han nkrofo de camera si so say omo bie omo dan enye hwe sabi u bie o dan no fi ano ne say o frefre dom so mmobo wa enye hwe ye ko hwe ya eye the base Ghana Fesi ene edi ehim t-shirt ye ebi hye nyina no ene edi ehim ne say company obi a register say the base Ghana first now the base movement they see then akokoshe ye t-shirt na banners ni so kra bi no ye din ene wo so so we ye ne sa de a emremu no na che say uni ya emla ebetimi edi
also omo ye den omo she den
the base Ghana first t-shirt
also omo de no the base Ghana first
and yes so obi a register the base Ghana first
I say
the base no no so Ghana first
yes almost
Kwame
because also if you also take example say Alan Chemanti movement
for change
almost Ghana first
Debbie on say Kwame untimi mfa registration ya register our bemu konko ye slogan. You see the base Ghana first. O the any the base movement. And think afa the base movement no. Hu ntade hu bibia na ye waduma. So kokko share the base Ghana first dia. Wa penetrate e wura obi company.
Nti amode kokko.
Ene na ye de ko share. Ye be sere se. Ankasa edin the base Ghana first ni dia. Ko nya wisu no wisu ni dia no a. Ye can say the base Ghana first.
Munko se munko siki damages bia ni ade ne mum. Ene se court no nche o no mu use
the company I found the base no when did they register it? Okay, day of registration is very important in making this argument. Guess what? According to the document Agya Koo called Lawson TV no, they registered the base on 31st of January 2026. 31st of January 2026. And I don't know what led Franco or Lawson TV to ask him that question. But I'm sure that God intentionally made Franco ask that question. Agya Koo they registered the base on 31st January 2026. Let's ask ourselves, say, that 31st was the day we were voting. 31st January, no? It was a day we were voting. And until somewhere 7 p.m., 8 p.m., no, nobody knew what the outcome of the election would have been. Yes, President, it's true. It was a Saturday cry, which means, this Agya Koo and his people, no, they started conceiving this idea long before we went to vote. So you ask yourself, say, if these people do not have evil mentalities, evil ideas against the New Patriotic Party, why would we all be going to an election, democratic election? In fact, most of the things that Honorable Ken's camp was asking for, they were asking, we didn't like it. but we had to play along. Almost say diaspora folk cannot vote their proxy. We said, okay, because they knew very well, say, Oko diaspora more, most of the people are pro Bawumia. Now, you now look at it. Do you think, say, someone who has gone to US, staying in US, who is enjoying credit score system there, you don't have to pick plenty cash to just go ahead and go and buy just one thing? Would that person come and support another person there than Bawumia? No. Somebody who has enjoyed the benefit of E-Gate, or UK, and all over, those advanced airports, you know, why would that person support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's vision for Ghana? The person who Bawumia support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's vision. And they realized, said diaspora for we're going to vote boom for Bawumia. They stood against it. For peace to reign, we accepted. Say, oh yeah, no problem. No proxy voting. We were going to Congress last year at Legon. They did not put Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's picture there because Nkrofobi Fele said, Bawumia contested biom and to move in the picture too where you are giving him undue advantage. And when you semu because Bawumia, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or a former vice president. But for peace to reign, we said, okay, no problem. Let us take away Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's picture. Everything Honorable Kennedy Japan in Crawford wanted as part of election Agya Koo, the party had done for them. It came to a time some of us started agitating, say, there's some cry, more demands. But for peace to reign, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, ceasefire, calm down, let us allow the process to go through. After doing all these things, not knowing these guys, people like Agya Koo, greedy people like that, were already on their way registering another movement to say political party. So you see that it is just out of hatred for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And yes, MPP has not done anything to them. We have not offended them anyway. We have not. And that's why I don't like entertaining the idea. We should go and beg them to come back or whatever. These people are not worthy to be part of MPP. They are not worthy. They are not worthy. Some of these things cannot be done in NDC. You know what they say? We are going to a contest. Then before we go to the contest, you are already planning how to break down the party. And it is this same thing they did in 2024. Mbekaya. Now a plus party meeting about strategy. Then somebody will call from the party. Somebody will call from INIA party and tell A plus that they are coming to your constituency. They are coming to do this and that plan. The same thing they did to sabotage Bawumia's chances in 2024. They created a cabal, serious one, at the chair of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You ask yourself, say, then na Bawumia ya, Agya Koo and Koo will hate him to the extent, say, they don't mind if the MPP collapses. Universal Kwaba, what is the crime? What have we done wrong? Nothing. Some of these people, Agya Koo like this, now he was no longer even featured on movies. Thanks, President, for the gift. Agya Koo was not featured on movies. MPP sustained Agya Koo. I will tell you that. MPP is sustaining Agya Koo because ni acting career a good da. Ni acting career no a good da. These people profited from the MPP. They profited from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But they turn around and try to sabotage the man. You see that not even up to 3 months, they have divided themselves. It's greed. Greed. And whatever greed is, you can never have anything that is going to grow. The base, is not going to go anywhere. I know even Alan Martin party cry, it has more future than this base that they are formed. I'm telling you for a fact. Alan Martin ni party, UP plus or whatever it is. It has a better political future than the base. No? And because of greed, people like Agya Koo do not even mind destroying your reputation. They don't mind, though. They don't mind. And you see sometimes, unya scar for school, why? Unya scar, when you get money, educate yourself. When you listen to this interview, you realize, poverty mindset, poverty of your mind, you know. Mindset poverty, you know, a very great disease. Is even more deadlier, is deadlier than even cancer. Poverty of the mind. Agya Koo say they have gone to print forms and they went to the market and gave it to the market women, and the market women were feeling. So they realized, say, they have the numbers. Can you imagine? Nobody who has a sound brain, whom both sides of the brain are working perfectly, will speak this way. Will speak this way because you are basically telling me, say, let me print a paper, send it to my church, say, oh, people come and write your name, people come and write their names, and so that means, say, I'm popular. Is that how you go about creating a political party? And to what say the base one, real just know, say, people are using you for their selfish interest. Yeah. And by the time you realize, to be too late, because we have started working towards our victory 2028. MPP has started working towards our victory in 2028. Reason you see people like Queen Schwarzenegger and Co. coming live almost every single day to talk about what is going wrong in the country and what is going right in the MPP. Because we are working. And if you don't join us today, as we are working towards 2028, please and please don't ever dream of coming close to the party when we win the election. This time around, we are not going to give that chance for those things. We will not. And we have told Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and the authorities in private, we have told them, we are working today. We are not asking for a penny from anybody. I've come live. I'm using my own data. I'm using my own phone. I'm not asking anybody for anything. But if when we return to power, 2028, we are not going to hear, say, oh, we are so and so, ni cousin, we are so and so, ni niece, and we are not going to hear it. No contribution, no job. So the earlier you leave that the base, say political party, say movement, and come back and come and join us to help us regain power from these incompetent NDC people, the better for all of us. Otherwise, in 2029, 7 January 2029, there will be nation of state in this country from people who would wish, say, they had not made some mistake, they had not followed greedy people like Agya Koo. Before election, there was another story. You remember, say, Asamajan story, no? Many of you don't know. You don't know why Asamajan all of a sudden turned against MPP and said that he was not going to campaign again for the MPP. It was because of the greed of some of these people. Some of these people, they sabotage the party. 2024. You will see them on podiums, smiling. But after they leave the podium, they go and work against the party. Adentia. Adem Bawumia onye nipa. Bawumia onye nipa. Must somebody at the NPP, it has become a kingship where only some people must lead the party. Is that so? How can human beings be evil this way? We just are telling us, say, you were able to incorporate a company on a Saturday. Since when has Registrar General's office started working on a Saturday? Since when? Because 31st January was a Saturday. And I'm very happy that President reminded me of that. I didn't even consider that. You were able to get someone to register a company for you. Limited guarantee company. And if you understand what limited guarantee is, you people who are following the base, you are wasting your money. You are wasting your money. I'm telling you big time. You are wasting your money. All the factions of the base, Miss Matisse said, Omu 2 or Omu 3 minim. Ubisa Otibonso. Why he even decided to do what he's doing? He doesn't have any explanation to it. He doesn't have. Prior to election 2024, the same Otibonso came to tell us that Obiako break it down in a few or something like that. Later on, Omu nipa alestete. Ana oka ken kampuno. He himself came to testify, said the bill and draw Bawumia and the wife have nothing to do with whatever happened to Otibonso. But do you know that Otibonso, per reports that we have seen, actually went ahead to finance NDC or Ashanti region? Yeah. He went ahead to finance NDC of Ashanti region. That is how he paid MPP back. Let me tell you, there is no businessman, and there is no businessman who has supported our party prior to coming to power 2017. That has not been sorted out. None. And I'm telling people to mention names of people who you think say, we are financiers of this MPP party that did not receive a fair share of MPP being in power. Mention just one name that you think of. People like Otimbo Nsuenkuo, they benefited from government contracts. And when you go and look at the kind of government contracts that these people got, it has, you see that the money they spent on the party is even peanuts. Which businessman goes into a venture to lose money? Nobody goes into a venture to lose money. Nobody. So they were sorted out. But this is how they decided to pay back the party that fed them. The money they got from the party that fed them is the same money today they are using against us. Yeah. People who receive contracts for themselves, their wives got contracts and all, are part of the reason today we are in opposition. So please, I'm begging you, don't ever pay heed to Agya Koo and the rest. They are frustrated, they are greedy. And anyone who is greedy, you should be expecting a fall. Ebushanfo, let's talk about Agya Koo first before moving to, okay, or should I add a few at once? Let me add a few so that we do both of them combined. So you can start sending your request. Let me pick you. Let's talk about Agya Koo, any